back again with another early morning trip, looking to catch some fish before the sun gets too high in the sky. All right, we got our first trout of the morning. Holding on to it. All right, so we're a few casts in today. No reason in particular why I picked this spot. Guess I picked the right spot though, didn't I? Another trout, nicer size this time. Oh, that's not a trout, that's a snook. Let me loosen that drag a bit. Thought that was a trout pulling like that at first. All right, didn't do the best on the netting the fish, but all right, first snook of the morning. All right, so like I just mentioned, there was no real reason for picking this spot other than the fact that it's just structure in the form of mangroves and these down trees over here. So when I pulled up, I did notice bait jumping around and activity like that. So it was just a bit of a reinforcement that this might be a good spot. Pulled up, caught a trout, caught a snook. So I'd say we're in a decent spot. So today I'm back to throwing my 1/16 ounce jig head. Been throwing a 1/8 ounce size for the last maybe month or so. And I've been throwing 16th before that for probably 3 or 4 months before that, having great success with it. Started fishing slightly deeper water, so I'm like, let me get an 1/8 ounce in there, and sort of just stuck with it, and it's been doing all right. So we're trying that 16th ounce again today and seeing how it works out. All right, I see something going on right along the shore over there. Someone over there. Combination of 15-pound braid and 16th ounce weight does not equal a good casting distance, unfortunately. There we go. I think this is going to be our trout. Oh, shot it right at me. Yeah, we're not chafed up at all. It's probably a trout. Someone right back over in the same general area. So now the reason I like this 16th ounce so much is in conjunction with that paddle tail, it's such a fall, a slow fall. So the tail is fluttering the whole way down. It's a nice slow descent. And it's actually pretty irresistible if you get that in front of the face of a predator fish. All right, so got a trout here again, second trout of the morning. Pretty decent sized one too. All right, let's throw one right toward that down tree. Hopefully we don't get snagged on anything. Down trees in the water are always an excellent spot to look for fish, especially snook. And especially when they're surrounded by mangroves. So it's just extra structure, added ambush points. Nearly missed that bite. Scratching a no-see-em bite. All right. Get this guy sent back on his way. Goddamn barb. Is this a trout? What is this? Yeah, it's a trout. They're all pretty nice size too. Let's sink. Now when you're letting it sink, you got to make sure you keep some tension on the line so you can feel the bite. If you're just letting it sink with no tension on the line, you're not going to know you have a bite, and the hook's not going to get set. I have something thumping on it right now. All right, same area. Now the way I keep tension on the line when I'm letting it sink is I just slowly raise the rod tip. And by doing that, it's keeping tension on my line. So if I would just cast it out, let it sink with the rod tip down, as the lure sinks, I get less tension on my line. All right, so we got another trout. Starting to lose count, but it's all right. That was a smaller guy, and he did my job for me. All right, so we're just I'm in reverse just to position us a little bit better. These no-see-ems are so bad. If I wasn't wearing socks tucked into my pants, long sleeve shirt, gloves, I also have a mosquito head net on my face. If I wasn't wearing all that, I probably wouldn't be able to sit here right now. I have no bug spray, none of that stuff. Not really a fan of that, to be honest with you. Try and use it the least I can. So, yeah, if you want to fish early morning, you got to make sure you either cover up completely or bring bug spray. So I'm still throwing my 1/16 ounce jig head, and I also have a 3.5 inch paddle tail. It's a black and gold. It's called the Gold Digger. It's a salt strong paddle tail. Now the reason I enjoy using this color in this particular area is because water's a bit murky here, and that black and gold puts off a nice silhouette in the water. You know, nice dark silhouette that stands out, you know, from the rest of the background. Another trout. And the gold also adds some flash to it, which helps get it noticed. And as you can see, I have a chartreuse jig head on there, which, you know, also helps get noticed. So that's my setup out here. Black gold, chartreuse. These no-see-ems are still coming on strong over here. so are the trout. Now with these fish, you got to watch out. See, a lot of times you notice when I grab the line, I have the rod tip on an angle. I'll show you, I'll explain that in a second here. You never want to grab the line with the line straight up and down like that, because if the fish spits the hook, that jig head or hook or your lure or whatever is going to shoot straight up into your hand. You want to make sure when you're grabbing a fish, see how the line is on an angle? Say the fish is over there, grab it over here, so if the fish does release, he's not going to shoot the hook straight up into your hand. The bite has slowed quite a bit. So I'm not sure if you're able to see or not, but the water's flowing from left to right. So basically I've been floating with the current, just casting into the structure. And it would seem the further right I would get, the slower the bite would get. So I decided to go back up to where I started and drift along. About halfway down now, and I've only had a couple bites, so the fish have definitely moved on. So we're not going to waste too much time in this area. We're going to move down a bit further, see if maybe they went that way, not sure. We're going to see if we can find these fish again. If not, look for a completely new area. So we got a small trout, it feels like. One of the smaller ones of the day. All right, fishing has totally died down in this area, so I'm going to take a bit of a long ride and see if I can find something else. So I'll get back with you shortly. So I'll be honest with you, it's looking pretty dead everywhere I go. So I saw some rolling tarpon back there. I gave them a few casts. Yeah, they're pretty finicky. Some days they bite, some days they don't. So I didn't want to waste too much time over there. So now we're just basically combing the area looking for fish. I'm seeing a lot of bait in this area, so we're gonna spend a few minutes here, see if we can make something happen. It's been pretty slow this morning. We started out excellent, and that was it. We left that area. I mean, that area died, so we had to leave. You know, I'm just gonna sit there all day, not catching fish. So yeah, that area died, we left, and that was it. We've had a couple bumps, but all right, so I've covered quite a bit of water, and I'm not seeing much of anything. And it seems like the further or the closer I get toward, you know, the exit where I got to get back, the slower it's getting. So I don't want to go back further away. It's getting pretty late now, so I'm just blind casting into promising looking areas. Hopefully we don't get snagged. So I mean, the only reason I'm choosing this area is because, as you can see, the water's moving. You know, moving water's always good. And we got structure in the form of mangroves. So we'll see what we get here. If nothing, we'll move around the corner and just continue blind casting to promising looking spots. Alright, we're pretty far in that little pocket there. Alright, we hooked up. Probably a snook, can't tell yet. Swimming right toward us now. What is that? Yeah, it's a snook. That's where you're gonna find them snook, way up in that cover. All right, another one for the gold digger. All right, we're getting our last few casts in. It's about 20 after 10. It's close to 90 degrees, so So the morning started out excellent. It was a non-stop bite. And then once that slowed down, we went looking for other fish, and it was a little tough after that. Had a few here and there, but not much going on today. We still don't have much going on, so there's no reason to sit out here and sweat. So be back at it again, maybe tomorrow. That's gonna be our last cast. Hope for the best. There's something going on right there. We'll give it one more after this. I'm seeing all kind of mullets swimming around. Just moved out of the wind and it's extremely hot. I thought it was hot before. All right, that's it. This is gonna do it. So as usual, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time.